In the silent, frozen peaks of the Swiss Alps, the world's most powerful people gather. They come to a place synonymous with neutrality and discretion to discuss the future of the global economy. But beneath the pristine surface, deep fractures are forming. Tensions that threaten to shatter the very foundations of our financial system. This year, the whispers are louder, the anxieties more palpable. The town of Davos becomes a fortress, ringed by steel and secrecy. Here, private conversations in firelit chalets hold more weight than public declarations on the world stage. And at the center of many of those conversations is a single, titanic name. A name that commands the attention of presidents and prime ministers. A firm that operates with the scale of a superpower, yet remains largely invisible to the public it profoundly affects. This is the story of a power so vast, it's been called the fourth branch of government. A financial entity that has become, for all intents and purposes, the ghost in the machine of global capitalism. It's a story about the architecture of control, and what happens when the tools designed to manage risk become tools to dictate behavior. BlackRock is the most powerful company you've never heard of. They manage approximately $10 trillion in assets, more than the entire gross domestic product of Japan and Germany combined. Their influence isn't just in the stocks they hold for millions of people's retirement funds. It's embedded in the very technology that underpins the global financial system. But this week, as the World Economic Forum convenes in Davos, an unverified document has allegedly been leaked by a whistleblower. It's a document that, if real, suggests BlackRock's role extends far beyond that of a simple investment firm. The allegation is that it's a blueprint for a global social credit system, administered not by a government, but by a private corporation. A system where financial access is tied to compliance with a specific set of social and political values. According to the unconfirmed leak, a list has surfaced containing the names of 4,000 high net worth individuals. These are entrepreneurs, politicians, and journalists who have allegedly been shadow banned from the global banking system. No trials, no appeals, no explanations. Just a sudden, total, and silent loss of access to their own wealth. A digital exile. Is this a glimpse into a dystopian future or a sensationalized fiction? Today, we separate fact from allegation. We go inside the leak that has the world's elite terrified and investigate the verifiable power of the firm at the center of it all. This is the story of how BlackRock became the shadow government of the 21st century. In the modern world, power is often invisible. It doesn't reside in armies or governments alone, but in the code that moves capital across the globe. At the heart of this new power is a single company, BlackRock. As the world's largest asset manager, it oversees a staggering sum of money, roughly $10 trillion in assets under management, or AUM. That isn't just a number. It represents the pensions, savings, and investments of millions of people and institutions worldwide. Managing this level of complexity and risk requires something extraordinary. It requires a technological nervous system. To understand BlackRock's power, you have to understand Aladdin. This isn't just software, it's the nervous system of the global economy. Aladdin stands for Asset, Liability, and Debt and Derivative Investment Network. Born from BlackRock's own need to analyze risk, it has grown into a platform used not just by them, but by their competitors, major corporations, and even central banks. It connects thousands of investment professionals, processing an immense volume of data. Publicly, BlackRock states that Aladdin monitors trillions in assets for its clients, providing a unified view of their portfolios. It analyzes everything from market fluctuations to geopolitical events, running millions of calculations to forecast how a portfolio might perform under countless scenarios. It's a tool for seeing the future, or at least every possible version of it. But what if that predictive power was turned towards something other than financial risk? The following is based on unverified documents and represents a fictionalized dramatization. According to these leaks, in 2026, Aladdin's function fundamentally changed. It's no longer just looking at profit, it's looking at behavior. The leaked documents allege that Aladdin now assigns every major investor a stability score. This score isn't just about your credit or investment returns. It's a measure of your alignment. If you publicly speak out against specific global policies, or if your business doesn't meet certain undisclosed secret metrics that go far beyond traditional financial performance, Aladdin flags you. This is the chilling part. Once you're flagged, you don't get a warning or a phone call. The system is automated. Your access to the global financial network is simply throttled. Your accounts just stop working. In recent years, a chilling term has entered the financial lexicon: debanking. It's the sudden, often unexplained closure of bank accounts, severing the financial lifeline for individuals and businesses alike. While not a new phenomenon, the scale and profile of these closures have ignited a fierce public debate, raising profound questions about financial freedom and corporate power. The issue exploded into public consciousness in 2023 in the United Kingdom. A wave of account closures by major banks, including Coutts, a subsidiary of NatWest, affected numerous customers. The controversy reached a fever pitch when it was revealed that high-profile political figures were among those targeted, leading to parliamentary inquiries and the resignation of a major bank CEO. Official reviews cited reasons ranging from commercial viability to risk appetite, but critics alleged that the decisions were often opaque and, in some cases, politically motivated. This trend isn't isolated to personal accounts. Across the corporate world, a narrative is forming. While direct evidence is fiercely debated, a pattern of concern has emerged among executives in sectors like traditional energy and defense. The allegation is that companies not aligned with prevailing environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, frameworks are finding it harder to secure and maintain capital. This is where the influence of giants like BlackRock enters the conversation. BlackRock's CEO, Larry Fink, has been a vocal proponent of what he terms stakeholder capitalism. In his influential annual letters to CEOs, he argues that for companies to deliver long-term durable returns, they must consider their impact on all stakeholders, including the environment and society. He posits that climate risk is investment risk. To critics, however, this represents a dangerous overreach, using financial might to enforce a specific socio-political agenda, effectively creating a parallel system of regulation without democratic oversight. They call it a global coup by corporate decree. The mechanism for this influence, critics suggest, is the immense, interconnected web of modern finance, powered by platforms like Aladdin. The fear is not about a direct order from a CEO, it's about risk models. If a company is recategorized by a dominant risk management system as a sustainability risk, its profile changes instantly. For the thousands of asset managers who rely on that system, the company's stock might suddenly be flagged as undesirable. The result is a cascade. Liquidity can dry up, not because of a lawsuit or a government sanction, but because the algorithm and the consensus it informs has turned against you. In this new form of financial warfare, not a single bullet is fired, but a company's value can be brought to its knees. Why is this leaking now? Because the elite are starting to eat their own. At this year's Davos summit, several European billionaires realized they were on the list. The leak reveals that BlackRock is building a financial moat. If you are inside the moat, you get infinite liquidity and government protection. If you are outside, you are treated like a ghost. The document, nicknamed the Davos Ledger, shows that BlackRock has more data on you than the CIA. They know your spending habits, your political donations, and even your private carbon footprint. We are entering an era where you don't own your money. You rent it from the system. If you follow the rules, the system works. If you don't, the algorithm deletes you. BlackRock says they are just trying to stabilize the world. But the question remains, who gave them the right to decide what stability looks like?